Hooking you into a hot topic. Should celebrities use award shows as political stages, or is TV time better saved for pure escapism? Today we're diving into Sharon Osbourne's take on how artists handle their platforms during acceptance moments, and why this debate keeps boiling up every award season. Personally, I think this conversation reveals more about our appetite for distraction, and less about any one speech's merits. What makes this really interesting is how a single sentence can split audiences into a free speech supporters and we just want to breaky advocates. From my perspective, the heart of the matter isn't left versus right. It's about timing, audience fatigue, and the social contract between viewers and creators. Let's start with the core idea Sharon puts on the table. Award shows are escapism, not town halls. She argues that when millions are tuned in, a moment of political emotion can feel like a personal invasion of a collective breathing space. One thing that immediately stands out is how she separates the here and now problems from the ceremonial ritual of celebration. In my opinion, this distinction matters because it exposes a deeper tension. We crave communal moments of relief, but we also want to feel heard when power is on display. If you take a step back and think about it, the same platform that can elevate a cause can also amplify the fatigue of a tired audience, especially when political pain is personal and ongoing. Now, what does this say about the nature of platform use? A detail I find fascinating is how the debate frames a platform as a tool with ethical boundaries. Sharon suggests saving politics for your own space, implying that the award stage is a shared, temporary lens where viewers want cohesion, not collision. What this really suggests is a larger trend. Audiences increasingly demand curation of tone in high-visibility moments. People want their idols to acknowledge reality, but not drown the night in controversy. In my view, this points to a broader cultural shift where influence is transactional. Speeches can mobilize support, but they can also alienate fans who came for spectacle or comfort. Let's unpack the counterpoints. Proponents of political moments argue that art and public life are inseparable, and awards are a megaphone. I'd say this is where context matters, the message's timing, its relevance to the show's theme, and the perceived sincerity all shape impact. What many people don't realize is that acknowledging systemic issues during a moment of celebration can either humanize the elite or appear performative, depending on execution. From my perspective, the risk is high. Genuine concern can be dismissed as virtue signaling if the speech lacks tangible follow-through. A detail I find fascinating is how viewers interpret intent. Are you elevating voices, or are you steering the spotlight away from your craft and onto debate? Let's connect to Kelly Osbourne's side of the story for a moment. The family narrative adds an angle, the weight of public scrutiny alongside personal grief and body shaming. The emotional texture here isn't abstract politics, it's real-world pain amplified by the forum. This raises a deeper question. Does the platform become a shield or a spotlight when a person is vulnerable? In my opinion, this illustrates how celebrity platforms operate under dual pressures, fame as both protection and exposure. What this really suggests is that audiences aren't just watching a speech, they're watching a performance of resilience, sometimes at odds with media cycles that love sensational narratives. Deeper insight time. If award shows evolve into more nuanced, issue-aware nights, what would that look like? Picture curated moments where artists address big topics during dedicated segments, followed by lighter, human-centered performances to preserve pacing. What this implies is a hybrid model, one that honors both relief and responsibility. A common misread is assuming all platform moments must be political to be meaningful. In reality, timing and relevance matter more than label. From a bigger trend lens, we're witnessing the commodification of empathy. Audiences expect stars to respond, yet they reward authenticity only when it aligns with the moment's mood. Closing thought. The conversation isn't about silencing voices. It's about designing moments that respect both the viewer's need for relief and the creator's right to speak. If you take a step back, the real takeaway is that platforms are evolving ecosystems. They require restraint, intentionality, and a dash of humility from the people who command attention. So, for creators and fans alike, how would you design award show moments that feel both meaningful and restorative? Are there ways to balance advocacy with celebration without sacrificing either? Drop your thoughts below, and tell me which approach you prefer for the next big awards night.